guys, I'm doing the JToH tower review. Okay. This is how it's gonna work. So listen with your big fat ears. I'm rating the towers out of 1 out of 10, and it's gonna be similar to Neodymius, and yeah. Except I'm not rating the lobbies, and there's not gonna be like an average thing. It's not gonna be that, so yeah. We're gonna start with Ring 1, obviously. So how this is gonna work is for episode 1, it'll be Ring 1, and then it goes up all the way to Ring 9, and then I do the sub-realms. And then after I do the sub-realms, I go to World 2, and then I do from zones 1 to 9. Or maybe not, because I literally am not that good at JToH. And then I'll do the sub-realms. But maybe it'll change. We're gonna start off with Toast. Hold on. Yeah. Gonna start out with Toast. I swear. Bro just cussed when he's trying to text me. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna start out with this tower. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. They were trying to revamp this tower, but it's been going on for 2 years. And it's finished. So yeah. Okay. There's something weird about this tower. This tower never gets boring. I don't know. It just never gets boring. It's I don't want to say it's enjoyable, but it just never gets boring, and it's kind of fun to play through, especially when I'm introducing one of my friends to it. It's just fun to play through. Yeah, also, it's gonna get a pretty high score. It's a really good tutorial tower. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good, but the only thing that probably keeps it to a 7 out of 10 is how it just never gets boring, and it's pretty good. Alright, now we're gonna do Tower of Anger. This tower is interesting. Everybody knows that one difficulty spike at floor 8? That one just difficulty spike that makes no sense. Yeah, the tower's kind of boring. It's a really old tower. So I can't be too hard on it. But it's just kind of eh. It doesn't achieve anything great. And I'm pretty neutral with it. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It's pretty neutral. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing good about it. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Alright, next we got Tower of Madness. I don't really like this tower. Floor 1 is literally a wraparound spam. Floor 2 is honestly not that bad. Floor 2 and 3 are really not that bad. They're pretty good. But then Floor 4 is a walking simulator, and there's literally a shortcut. And then Floor 5 is just these dumb head hitters. And if you have to be a noob, you can literally just and Floor 6, 7, and 8 are pretty good. And then Floor 9 and 10 are just rushed. What is this? I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. A 3 out of 10, because it's in my opinion, it's probably one of the worst mediums to exist. It's a really bad medium, and honestly, there really aren't that many bad mediums out there. So yeah. 3 out of 10. Alright, next we got Tower of Heck. This is the first ever tower to be created. And it's not that bad. It really is not that bad. It's pretty good. And I also like kind of the rainbow color. It does have traps and unindicated falling platforms. Or just look up a guide like any noob would, but okay. If you look up a guide, you're not a noob, okay? I'm just going to point that out. You're not a noob if you look up a guide. Also, Tower of Killjoys, which is the next time I'm going to be reviewing, used to be easier than this one, but then they're like, nah, Tower of Killjoy is kind of hard. Tower of Heck is easier. Okay. This tower will be easy if you don't rage. If you don't rage and like fall from like floor 6 to floor 1 and then rage quit, like some person, it'll be a good tower. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Not as good as Toast, but it's pretty good. And a 6 out of 10 is a really good score, especially for this series. Alright, next. Okay. We got Tower of Killjoys. This tower is pretty good. I kind of like this tower. Except there's kind of some, like, difficulty spikes that are unneeded. There's some really weird difficulty spikes. And it's kind of impossible. Like, once you get to floor 3, it feels like it's been forever. And honestly, that's kind of a good feeling. It is a long tower. It does have tower crossing, which is pretty nice. There's not really much to say about it. It's pretty good, honestly. So, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's just as good as... Actually, no, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Because it's really good. It's a really good tower, in my opinion. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Alright, next we got Tower of Keyboard Eating. What is this? Who made this? This tower is bad. I'm going to get that out. This tower is bad. How comes... Okay, this is a design issue, but how come some floors have different colors than, like, the floor? And then some floors are just the same. What? Okay, there's floor 1, which is short. Floor 2 and 3 are pretty good. And floor 4 is just so rushed. And floor 5 is a difficulty spike, and so is floor 6. And floor 7 has those annoying ice paths, which are so annoying. And there's floor 7 with the weird difficulty spikes. And there's floor 9. Floor 9 is just flat out ugly. And then floor 10 is RNG. This tower sucks. And I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. You should be lucky I'm not even giving you a 1 out of 10. That's how bad you are. The only reason you have a 2 out of 10 is from floors 2 and 3. Those are the only good floors. And I also like the snakes on floor 3. So, yeah, 2 out of 10. There you go. Alright, next we got Tower of Stress. I'm trying to think of what to rate it. It used to be a challenging, but then it got bumped down to peak difficult because they're like, nah, it's not that hard. And okay, I don't like this thing, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I also don't like it. It's kind of like a Tower of Anger thing. Also, when I first beat it, I did use a gravity coil, but then I re-beat it. First try. And won. This is off topic about Tower Stress, but don't hate on coil users. Just don't. Because sometimes the towers I be in are coiled, but probably because of Paradise Atoll. Bro, that sub-realm is trash, and we're probably going to get onto that in like a bajillion episodes. You know, maybe in World 2 it'll be different. Yeah. I'm gonna give Tower Stress a 4 out of 10. Like, Tower Ranger was a 5 out of 10, but I'm gonna give Tower Stress a 4 out of 10. Because it's a little bit worse than Tower Ranger. It's also a huge walking simulator. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it just a 4 out of 10. Alright, next we got Tower Screen Punching. When I was beating it, I hated this thing, but now I've grown to realize it's not that bad. I mean, heck, it was so nice that it even gives you only 9 floors to deal with instead of 10. If there was a 10th floor, I'd be crying, but there isn't. And it's also the second ever tower made, so I can't even be that hard on it. It's good, honestly. There's nothing to say about it. The gameplay is decent. There are skips to make it more enjoyable and not boring. And also, where's floor 10? Did it, die? I don't know much about JToH. But did floor 10, die? I want to know. Tell me in the comments or something. I'm going to give this tower a 6 out of 10. It's better than Tower Ranger. I like it, kind of. But it's getting a 6 out of 10 because I don't care. Alright. Tower of Rage. Someone tell me how this is challenging. Where in the world did you have the brain to say that this is challenging? How? There's floor 1, which is mediocre, bro. And then there's, floor 3. How? Those stupid little things on floor 3 that are just, stop and think about what you're making before you make it challenging. Oh my god, and then there's floor 10. What is this, bro? You know how many people fail on this? Tightrope spam? And back then I would say this would be a pain for mobile, but then they added a bunch of things for mobile, like alignment keys and an alignment dot. And the D-pad, so you walk straight. So that's good. I really hate this thing, but I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I haven't even beat it yet. I don't know. The musics are pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. The only reason it's so low is because, oh my god, the difficulty spikes. Why is there a GBJ? People say TOFAF is the first tower to have GBJs. No, it's not. Tower Rage is the first tower to have GBJs. There's that GBJ on floor 5 to floor 4. It's honestly on floor 4. But, 4 out of 10, okay? Alright, next we got the third ever tower created. Tower of Impossible Expectations. This tower is amazing. Oh my god. For the third tower, this thing is extremely good. Oh my god. No, I'm being serious. This tower is actually good. I haven't beaten it yet, and I'm trying to grind it, but I'm just bad. But it's such a good tower, bro. Oh my god. The gameplay is just good in general. Just is also, I will include decimal points in some of these. But I'm giving this tower a 9 out of 10. Oh my god. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because it's not the best, but it's really good. I love this tower. Especially for being the third tower. I already said this, but for being the third tower, it's so good. 9 out of 10. That's all I'm saying, bro. Alright, next we got the Citadel of laptop splitting. This is better than TOIE. Oh my god. Finally. 2 towers, or a tower and a citadel that are actually fire. I think this is probably the best citadel. It's so classic and nice. It's just, it's like so classic and nice, and honestly, it just kind of looks cool. It's so good. It's good, okay? The gameplay is good, and it also keeps up with like the classic style, and I love it. So I'm giving this thing a 9.5 out of 10. Better than JToH, but it's not the best. Because I don't really think I'll have a best. And honestly, my favorite tower will get a 10 out of 10, obviously. But this thing is a 9.5 out of 10. Jesus! I haven't beat it though, so yeah. Alright. Next tower is Tower of True Skill. This is also a pretty good tower. It's also like really purist. Yeah, like it's 100% purist. And then honestly, I kind of like purist, except I'm trash, and my PB is floor 4. My PB with gravity coil is floor 6, but my regular PB is only floor 4, so not that good. Also, I literally see an image of the show Tots. Stop, you're not funny. I mean, neither am I, but you get the point. This tower is pretty good. It's really good. The gameplay's purist, and it's honestly pretty enjoyable, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 is really good. So I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. But not a 9 out of 10, because it's not so good. And it's kind of plain, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, but yeah. Alright, next we got the final, well, kind of, Thanos Tower, which is the first soul crushing. This is also a pretty good tower. I kind of like this. Yeah, I like this tower. You could, but I remember one person saying that this was the worst tower in Ring 1. How can you say that? You're really gonna think Tower of Keyboard Yeeting is better than this? Who would think that Tower of Keyboard Yeeting is better than this? Who? Tell me who! Floor 1 through 6 are not that good, but they're not bad. And they were made by Jukes, and then the other floor. And floor 7 and 10 are really good also. And you could tell that another creator made them. But yeah, this tower's pretty good. It's kind of the same with True Skill. Except, I kind of like it better than True Skill. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10. It's really good, honestly. Especially for being in Ring 1. I kind of like it. This might be controversial, but I really don't care. I'm literally a kid in a cold room literally rating Roblox video games towers. So, like, shut up. Yeah. Alright, we're on the last thing in Ring 1, which is the Neat. Not even a tower. Because it's not even a tower. It's 5 tiny floors. And you might be wondering, wait, you're actually going to rate this? Well, yeah, I'm actually going to rate this. It's in Ring 1. And it's kind of... It's an icon for these types of towers. So that's good. And the gameplay is... it's not that great. Literally floor 4 and floor 5 are literally empty by the picture you're seeing. They're so empty, bro. But it's because there's this big outside section with wraparounds that are kind of hard for medium. It's medium, right? Is it medium or easy? I think it's like a bottom medium. They're gonna give this just a 6 out of 10. it doesn't achieve anything great, but I don't want it to be absolute neutral, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So yeah. Alright, anyway, that's my JToH Tower rating. Maybe I'll just get the raw footage, or maybe I'll edit it, but I'm probably gonna edit it, and if I don't, cry about it. So yeah, that's my rating. I hope you enjoyed, and hope you actually kind of agreed with me. So yeah, hopefully you agreed with me, and if you didn't, it's kind of understandable, because most people don't like tower stress. Why am I talking about tower stress? Bye!